Hi, hello, friends. We're live. Welcome.
Yes.
We are live and ready to roll with some Promise Tree fun. We're slightly off schedule just because traveling is a thing that happens in real life too, and it's doing things to our schedules a little bit. But we will be back on track soon. So thanks for hanging out with us here. Yeah, intros. We should do that. That's the thing we should do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Technically.
So,
What usually happens?
yes. For any new faces here, we are playing Ryuutama. It's a Japanese TTRPG written by Atsuhiro Okada and published in English by Kotodama Heavy Industries. Normally, it's a feel-good RPG described often as Hayao Miyazaki's Oregon Trail, which is fairly accurate description if you're playing rules as written, because there's a lot of, inventory management, traveling, and things like that, dealing with the elements. And you kind of are going around the concept of travel and the sense of wonder that it brings. And oh my goodness, thank you for the sub! So there have been a few Ryuutama streams popping up over the last few months. When we started this one, there were not that many. I'm so glad to see more of this game out there. So keep your eyes peeled and check some of the other ones out. Our game in particular is very JRPG inspired because little 11-year-old me loved Secret of Mana, and older, I don't remember how old I was, me loved various iterations of the Tale series. So this takes a lot of inspiration from a lot of those. So it's very, very JRPG themed. So, I am Jess. I am your GM. I play all of the characters that these people don't play. But more specifically, I handle the Ryujin, who is sort of the storyteller, and we sometimes see her slightly off screen and things. She is a blue Ryujin, so our story focuses on family, friendship, human drama, all this feel-good stuff. And that is, I think, my spiel. Let's go around and meet the characters and cast, starting right below me with M. Who are you playing today?
Hi, my name's Em, and I'll be playing Trillium Altair, who goes by Trill. She is the big sister of the group. She is strong, she is tall, she is very pink. And I say she's the big sister of the group. She also is the enabler of a whole lot of shenanigans, though, so I wouldn't say she's group mom. She's just big sister. In terms of Ryuutama classes, she belongs to the artisan class. She belongs to a family of lamp makers, so specifically she makes lamps and lanterns and that sort of thing. We've since modified the artisan class a little bit since we're playing with some homebrew rules, so that she's more of a tinkery type, kind of an all-rounder inventory type than the artisan strictly as written is. But yeah, that's my girl.
Yep. Yeah, and we definitely homebrew a lot around here, so we're not a very rules as written Ryuutama stream, but you'll get a good sense of the essence of the game here still. Moving onward, Victor, why don't you tell us about who you are playing today?
Hi, I'm Victor, and I'll be playing Griffin Lionheart, who is a tall, red-haired noble boy who broke out from his village to become a cool hero. He had the glow-up of the century because he was a little nerdy, anxious potato first. Now he's tall, bright, and handsome. And he wields a golden spear. And yeah, he's the class noble, and he comes from like a high class family in their village. But they're all buddies.
Yep. Awesome. Moving right on down the line, Anna, who are you playing today?
I'm Anna. I'm playing Rue Alder, the healer, the tiny deer girl, and the actual mom friend of the group. Youngest, but often finds herself looking after everybody else who tends to do shenanigans.
That is a very gentle word for what happens.
That significant pause, though.
Yeah. Shenanigans.
Yeah. Well, everybody else went off on their individual journeys. She stayed in the village. But when they all reunited and the tree got stolen, she decided to go along to get it back.
Yep. Awesome. And last but absolutely not least, Nicholas, who are you playing today?
Yeah, I'm Nicholas, and I will be playing Mildew. He's technically a merchant, but he's more of a librarian. He wields winter magic, so there are snowballs, and he has a pet griffin, a donkey griffin named Pighead.
Yep.
Probably off to the side somewhere when we start.
Pighead is generally around doing whatever Pighead wants to do.
Yeah, we
awesome.
haven't really thought about Pighead.
I'm thinking Pighead is still in the village because we don't take Pighead up to the...
On the mountain.
Probably a good idea.
We'll assume you're
that
like,
makes sense.
yeah, you put him in a stable or somewhere. He's chilling and having a nice time at the university.
Having some coffee.
He's an
God.
offspring.
Oh my god. What does that even... Pighead on caffeine sounds...
Oh, no.
That time.
Yeah, we're not gonna think about that because we left off on quite the cliffhanger with these good kids. So I think we're gonna dive right in and quickly recap where we left off. So shall we get in and play some Ryuutama?
Yeah.
That is kind of what we're here to do.
That is
I
what
guess,
we're here to
in
do.
theory, I think.
Yeah,
I don't know.
why not? If we're all here.
Never mind,
We
we're
have
just done.
to-
Okay. Bye, guys.
So town creation, no.
All right,
I
let's
was
get
playing
in.
it cool, you guys.
All right, let's get into it. So, I think we sort of see ourselves looking over the top of Corundus Mountain from last time, and we hear Lazuria's voice narrating. Their search up Corundus Mountain had led them to Professor Gallius, just as the four friends had hoped. But upon finding him, they saw him facing down the very man who had stolen their tree right before their eyes. He struck down the professor with a powerful blast of energy from the strange metallic device on his arm, then turned his attention to the four. So, all of you, after a bit of a sneaky chase up the mountain that was crawling with these strange black armored soldiers, and a slightly failed attempt at staying hidden. That resulted in a little bit of a fight. You managed to make your way to the top following signs and clues of Professor Gallius' presence, and you found him facing down a man that you recognized quite instantly. And he shot the professor down right in front of you with some strange energy blast from the device that seems to take the place of one of his arms. The professor, Rue, you went right to him immediately and found that he is still alive, hurting considerably, but alive. And Mildew, you were there at his side as well. And Trill, ever the big sister and the brave one, went up to confront this man along with Griffin, who is there with you. So that is where we left off. You are in a standoff with the man you now know is named Jadar.
So if I recall correctly, the last words we left off on was something to the effect of leave or die, correct?
More or less.
Cool. Cool.
Yeah, we have him. He has leveled that device at you. You are staring down the barrel of
Woo.
the thing that fired a blast of arcane energy at the professor, and he is not budging.
Okay. Cool.
Cool.
All right. So Trill, seeing him leveling this scary device that we just saw take down the professor straight at her face, throws up her hands and sticks her pole in the ground next to her and just goes, okay, we get it. You want us gone? That's fine. Okay. Just one. Can I ask one question? Just one. If you'll let me, behind her back, she has one arm, and she's making some hand motions that the kids probably recognize from various shenanigans when they were
They
all
have their
young.
own secret hand signal lingo.
They definitely do.
Capital letter various shenanigans.
Yeah.
That checks out. Yes.
Yeah. And what she says is, I have an idea.
Of course, there's hand signals for that.
I think I have an idea. It's just assume when you start doing anything at this point.
Okay, so I have an idea. Get ready. We got this. And so yeah, so just one question. Is that okay? Just one. And she's kind of like bobbing to the side a little bit, but basically trying to distract him so that the others can kind of get into position, I hope.
Go on.
Griffin, as soon as he sees Trill kind of doing something, he kind of, as he was kind of right in this guy's face, or attempting to be, before he kind of backs off for a moment. And yeah, kind of gets
Okay.
prepared and ready for whatever Trill's doing.
So this thing, you mind if I poke it? Just this thing. And she kind of taps on the gun that's like right in her face. I realize this is kind of an awkward time for this, but where did you get that? I've never seen anything like it before.
In answer, you hear it start to hum, and you can kind of see the tubes and such that you're not quite sure what it's filled with, but it seems to be powered by it.
Okay.
And they are starting to glow.
Okay. I understood. I got
I
it.
would recommend you back off.
Okay. Just one more question. Just last one. Then I'm totally gone. Promise. What happens if I do this? And she whips her arm back from around her back, and she has a pair of pliers in it, and I'm going to try to take out one of these cords that's on this arm.
Go ahead and make an accuracy check. I think...
Capital S shenanigans.
Capital S shenanigans. If I die, whatever. She had a good run.
Yeah, just do a regular accuracy check. I'm not going to try to figure
Remind me what that is again.
Whatever your weapon accuracy check is.
That kind of accuracy check. Dex strength sounds right.
Probably.
Okay. Oh, okay. Math is hard. 11.
Okay.
What do you mean I can't take on a boss character at level 2?
So yes, you definitely good try. So
thanks.
Yeah, we see Trill come in and try to swing in with these pliers and snap one of those cords, but I think what you actually see, he doesn't really budge, but as you try to clamp down, it resists. Whatever this is made of, it's too strong for your pliers to manage, and as you try to squeeze it, it just sort of like breaks the head of the pliers.
Uh-oh.
That's one muscly wire.
I think you've had enough time for questions. Roll initiative.
Yeah. Cool.
And we are gonna go to our battle map.
We rolled initiative.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we did that already. We're gonna pick some items now.
Ooh. All right. Well,
So-
I'm just.
I forgot to think about it because of what we talked about before the game.
All right. Yes, this is technically a boss encounter, so we can absolutely shove 10 objects on the
Oh my
map.
god.
Are you guys okay with if we cannot come up with some? Do we want to let chat help us out?
Oh
with
yeah.
some ideas?
Sure. That sounds awesome. Let's do that.
As long as it's reasonable, not completely.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
we still have absolute veto power, but chat, if you want to suggest some items that might be on this mountain landscape where they are about to fight, feel free to.
And for those who
throw
don't
them
know,
out
to be
there.
clear, it's to add +1 to whatever we roll when we use it.
Okay.
Can we
have
see
a-
the battle map as well?
What's that? Oh, yes.
Oh yeah. That would be awesome.
Well, you should get into Roll20 if you want to see it. Oh, hold on. There we go. I forgot about that
Hey, there we are.
part. Yeah.
I don't know if it's intentional that he's so much bigger than our kids, but it seems.
It's intentional. You know what boss monsters
I
are on
imagine-
like a JRPG screen?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I imagine
yeah.
like in a video game, he's like just bigger.
His sprite is bigger than ours.
His sprite
because
is
he's
just
the boss.
bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got like. Never mind. Also, do you want our initiative now or later?
We've got it in there, so we're good.
Oh right, we totally yes.
We pre-rolled. It's just happened to
Yes,
say roll initiative.
that's definitely a thing that happened 20 minutes ago that I forgot.
We were distracted in between.
Okay, so we have a wagon wheel. Sounds good.
Nice. So yeah, there's like some debris from their wagons, maybe.
Oh,
Trill didn't actually snap a cord, but
mm-mm.
like a sheer drop. Yeah, a cliff edge, I guess, kind of counts. We can roll with that.
I think. Can I still use the shears?
Yeah, you dropped them, so
Okay,
they're on the ground.
cool.
Were they shears or like pliers?
I was imagining shears because I was trying to snap it, not
Okay.
like yank it out.
Okay.
We are on a mountain, so perhaps a mountain goat?
That's an animal, not an
Just
object.
kind of.
Unless you're thinking it's
Oh.
dead.
What if there's something the professor could have dropped, like I don't know, like a book or a hat or something?
Sure.
Hmm.
Professor's book.
Oh, easy bushes.
True.
Oh yeah, because using those went so well last time.
Yes, you hid very
Fine.
well in those bushes for.
We're
a
great
minute.
at bushes.
We're so good at bushes.
Let's see.
Bushes are jam.
Sharp rocks. A branch with a single leaf. Okay. Yeah. Why not?
Why not?
Yes, another wheelbarrow.
Can we just have a wheelbarrow in every fight inexplicably somehow?
Oh my god.
A magical lake.
Okay.
There's a wheelbarrow in our hammer space constantly.
Um,
Bring it
Alright,
out for special attacks.
we have 3 more.
Just drilling Griffin's combo at this point.
Rope? Is that a thing?
That's always a thing. Do you even have to ask? Please. What do you think I am?
Oh yeah, when Trill did this, all the rope just fell, fell on the
I'm
ground.
gonna say there's a little pool of water nearby.
Yeah.
Like a little falls or something. Because it's a
Perhaps
very
some snow?
lush mountain.
That makes sense.
Some
Huh?
snow.
Snow? I don't know if it's quite that cold, but
Okay. Yeah, I was not sure how far up we were or
yeah,
anything.
weather-wise we didn't go super cold.
Yeah.
There might be a tree, like standing, that somebody might
Yeah.
use for hiding or shoving someone into.
Tree. Alright, one more.
Rocks.
Magical items are not permitted. I'm
Yeah,
sorry, chat. It's just like regular old junk lying around.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, like a rock.
Exactly. Like rocks and dirt
Yeah.
and actual junk.
I'm trying to come up with something good.
If the soldiers have been up here, have they maybe left something of theirs here?
Yeah,
Oh,
probably.
yeah. Maybe there's like a net or something.
Yeah.
Or maybe some leftover helmets.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
lying to the side.
A black helm. Cool. Probably not his. I don't know where he would put all that hair.
I bet he has a special helmet with like cut out in the back so that his long flowing locks.
No. Knowing how he is, he would have something on his armor that just kind of go
Oh yeah.
and covers
No,
just
no,
only
please
the
tell me he
bottom
does
part of
the full. No, he does the full cosplayer thing where he like braids it before he, and then has to like pin it across his head before he puts his helmet on.
Just like wraps it. Maybe.
Time to get into serious mode. Hold on.
All right. Hey,
Please
listen,
wait
let me-
while I braid
Oh
my hair.
God. 5 minutes.
My hairpins aren't.
Oh shit! I dropped one. Can
All right.
someone see where I dropped the hairpin? I can't. I need to hold on to it.
Listen.
What a nerd.
All right.
What a
friends.
nerd. No, oh my God, Hannah.
Y'all are killing me. Okay, let's do a fight.
All right.
Oh, are we fighting?
We are.
That's the thing we're doing.
So yeah, I need to stop looking at Shatter. I'm just gonna lose it. Okay. So yeah, I think with all of you, do you guys in the back want to move up front, or are you gonna hang out in the back row?
I think I want to get at least one cure spell on the professor before I move.
Okay. I will say he is fine for purposes of mechanical combat. You don't need to worry about him being a target.
In that case, yeah, considering this is gearing up to be a fight, I might step forward, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And for practical purposes, we can assume you took the moments while Trill was talking with Jadar to, like, do some quick first aid on
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Okay. Is that good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you want to move Mildew at all, Nicholas, or no?
And we were talking about making a house rule where you can move forward without issues, so I'm fine where I am right now.
Okay. Alrighty. So, let us do some combat. He is gonna go first because his initiative is a thing. For those who are new, the way Ryuutama works, initiative is also effectively like your AC. If you're familiar with D&D, you have to roll an accuracy and beat that score in order to actually hit them. Armor is a thing that does exist in this game as well, but what that does is actually mitigate the amount of damage you take if you take damage. So that, I think they do that in Powered by the Apocalypse a lot, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
So,
And in Dragon Age.
we're learning here. Yeah, so he, after Trill tried to snap the cords on his mecha arm thing, we see him shift its form, and he just sort of like puts it up, and you see the open-ended part of it kind of close and flatten, and there's just kind of like shing, and it is the sword you remember seeing when he took your tree.
Uh-oh.
My brain just did the Transformers noise.
Cool. And as he does that, he kind of quickly taps one of the jewels that appears to line that arm, and you see it start to glow and hear that powerful hum. And the all of the circuitry and such along this arm flares bright red. And there's kind of it looks more dangerous, let's put it that way.
Cool.
For
Cool.
purposes of those that must know, that is effectively how he casts Enhanced Red Hand.
Mm.
He doesn't have to say a funny phrase. Oh my god, what a jerk!
He doesn't use magic.
These are some bad people. No rhymes, no spell cantations. These are bad people.
Yeah. So,
You can tell he's evil because he doesn't lean into the whimsy of the system.
all right. So that is what he has done for this turn. Next up, we have Griffin.
All right. I think Griffin is just kind of just gonna double check the items, or if he's just gonna go. I think he's gonna, like, he throws out his spear and like puts it in the wagon wheel and just flings it at the guy and try to get his like sword arm entangled into the wagon wheel.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you're gonna attack, right?
Yeah.
All right. So do get your +1 on your accuracy check there.
Hell yeah. Here we go. Ugh. I don't think I hit.
What'd you get?
5.
Nope. So you wing the wagon wheel at him, and he does get briefly entangled in it. He's distracted enough by it having to cut it down. But unfortunately, as you swing in with your spear, he manages to catch it against the blade, and you hear this sound crash as he sort of pushes you back into line.
Question, since I did some changes to my character sheet, my weapon mastery stuff doesn't add to my accuracy, right? It's just to my damage. Because I don't have any pluses to accuracy.
I think you should. It might actually be. Hold please while we look at a rule.
Sorry, it's
No worries.
remembering how to play again.
No worries. It's been a while.
Power +1 damage, bonus to damage rolls.
Yeah. Yeah, you get bonus to damage, but not to accuracy.
Yeah. All right.
So, but yeah, you take a swing at him with your spear, and even though he did have a moment of hesitation as he had to deal with the wagon wheel, he comes up and meets your blade and sort of pushes you back into line. It's like,
Ugh. Get away from them.
So, Mildew, it is your turn.
Mildew will look at this piece of crap and cast a spell. So it's invoke magic, intelligence and spirit, and yes, 10.
10?
Yeah.
Okay, that does not land.
I will not bother with the chant then.
Yeah,
But I will subtract
Sure.
MP.
Yeah. So I think we see you. Were you trying to do a single target spell or an area spell?
Single target.
Okay. Yeah, we see you try to cast the magic, and there's kind of a glow about those gemstones and things all over his armor that seem to almost push the magic back, and you're fighting against this strange aura.
So the shooting star just shoots out and just go pop and bounce off. And then rolls a little bit and then go.
Yeah. So, all right. Next up, Trill. What you gonna do?
Okay. Trill grabs her pole, which is still sticking out from the ground beside her, and kind of shrugs. He goes, all right. And I'm going to roll, because I'm going to cast a spell. I just want to make sure this doesn't fail. Okay, yeah. So Trill grabs her pole in both hands and puts it in front of her and just goes, "Scarlet passion burning deep. Come and get this creep." And I think this red light kind of appears and bursts from her hands and spreads down the pole until it's actually starting to vibrate with its own red light of its own. And that's enhanced red hand, so hopefully it'll be easier for me to hit this guy.
Awesome.
Get him.
Okay.
Get him.
Last but not least, Rue, what are you going to do?
That rhymes.
I'm going to look at Trill, cast that spell, and then good one. And I'm going to reach over and tap Griffin's arm and chant, "Spirits of the land, strengthen your arm." And I'm going to cast Enhanced Red Hand on him. Gonna see,
Nice.
make sure it doesn't crumble. Yeah, I'm fine.
How much is that?
It's +1 on your accuracy checks.
And I checked up because of my masteries. It's plus accuracy according to the rules.
Okay.
But not to damage, which I had before. But so
We'll verify
that's clear.
later. Not worried about it right now.
I'm looking at the rule book right now.
Yeah, we'll worry about it later. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so you did Enhanced Red Hand to Griffin, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so we come back around to the top of the round. And as he sort of was pushed you back, Griffin, and watched as the spell that Mildew tried to cast sort of fizzled out, he glances at Rue, noticing that she just boosted one of her allies. I'll give you another chance if you want to run. The choice is yours. He'll take that posturing by Rue as a no.
Rue Sprite has one single pouty berry, and this is the first time it's been used.
Does not approve of this guy. Oh.
Very well then. You have my apologies. And Rue, he's going to attack you.
Yep.
So let's see. That is a 13.
Darn!
Oh, yeah, that is.
Oh, actually it's a 14 because Enhanced Red Hand. But whatever.
Oh, shit.
Oh, I mean, thanks for clarifying. Wasn't sure what 13 was gonna be.
I kind of like the old Jess better.
Yeah, that's true. What is that roll? I'm calling shenanigans.
Listen.
Anna, did you send her more dice?
No.
These are the dice I got at PAX.
What?
The blue ones.
Did you just okay, so you extracted all the energy out of my dice for your own? Not cool.
And he does 9 damage.
Bye, Rue.
Okay.
Bye.
Wow.
Okay.
I am on 2 hit points.
Okay. Notably, I will say, the way he swings with the flat of the blade, so you are not cleaved in pieces. But you just got a heck of a lot of strong force, stronger than he physically looks, because he's not like a big burly kind of guy. But this is a mechanical device that he is wielding from the shoulder down, and he is hitting with a heck of a lot of force.
Yeah.
And he steps back a couple of paces. And it is now Griffin's turn.
Okay. I think Griffin's gonna, like, just, don't you hurt my friends! Kind of in a, like, small amount of panic voice. And, like, grab one of the black helmets and try to put it on his head and then whack him.
Okay.
So another attack.
Yep, go ahead and make your roll.
Ugh. Not rolling super well. So 8.
Okay, that does not hit. So, I think you swing and try to land the helmet on him, and he bats it away, and it kind of goes clattering down off the edge of the mountain.
Griffin's trying to take a very specific just stance in front of him and in front of his friends, trying to get it in between them.
Okay. All right. Next, Mildew. It is your turn.
Mildew will start running towards Yadar and scream, "No, no, 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 no!" and try to push him into the pool of water.
Okay.
So how do we do that? Is it strength or something? This is...
So are you planning to make... are you basically using this as part of an attack?
Yeah.
Okay, then roll your accuracy check plus 1.
Okay. 12.
Really?
Yes.
Congratulations, Mildew.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Roll for damage and describe to me how this goes down as you try to shove him.
That's 5 damage. So Mildew just runs up, and then as Yadar is trying to bat away a Griffin, and just goes in and just pushes, and then...
Okay. You like dive in from the side and kind of push him toward the water.
Yeah, and then when I feel him go down and he hit the water and goes splash, Mildew will turn around to the others and go, "Yes!"
Okay. And what was your damage? Sorry, I didn't catch.
5.
5. Okay. Alright, so you do 2 damage. It's something. Yeah, I think we kind of see him stagger into the pool. There's not so much any kind of shorting out or anything that happens, but he is struggling a little bit. I think it was more the collision course you made with his torso that actually did some damage. Because you didn't feel like you hit armor. There's cloth down here, mostly. So he's not fully armored near as you were able to discern. All right.
He seems well trained. I felt that.
You definitely clubbed a very sturdy body, so there's that, I guess. Trill, it is your turn now.
Okay, Trill is going to take one look at that whole situation and panic. Mildew, get back! And I'm going to dive in and try to shove Mildew back behind me as I go in and use the loose rocks, I guess, to try to keep this momentum going while he's off his balance, kinda, and hopefully try to trip him again. But I'm thwacking with my pole, not trying to shove him with my strong pink arms.
So you're kind of trying to swing at him to knock him off balance again further and hopefully strike him as well. Okay.
Or actually, I was kind of imagining more of a bull rush kind of situation where I got the pole in front of me and just trying to push that. It's a little more force. And okay, so +2, including the enhanced red hand. Come on, dice. Oh hell yeah, that's also a 12.
Nice.
That's a 6 and a 4.
Okay.
Get him! Get him!
Okay. Do
Our kids are doing okay.
Yeah, do your damage check.
I'm sure they
Damage is trash. Well, that's a strong 4.
Ooh, okay.
Drunk 4.
You do 1 damage.
Cool.
So
Hey,
chip damage is valid, okay?
Yep. I have cheesed many a boss fight this way.
Same though.
Chip away at their heels.
All right. Yeah, so I think you catch him a little bit off guard because he's still he's basically like coming out of this pool of water that he just got shoved into and is sort of shaking off. Shoving his weakness. Oh no.
My only weakness being pushed real hard. He must have had a real tough time in elementary school.
Oh god. Oh no.
That's
He
why
was
he's
that long in elementary school.
now.
Betty
He
got his
pushed a
pigtails
lot.
pulled.
I might end up making that relevant. Anyway. And I think as he's coming out of the water and you're kind of following the momentum with these loose rocks and you push, he wasn't quite ready for it and you kind of catch him against the neck and knock his breath out briefly. And you just hear not bad. And Rue, it's your turn.
Quick, Rue, shove him.
Clearly.
Surely
Rue is
that is the path to victory.
Rue is gonna go, ow! And cast Cure Touch on herself by
Okay.
coughing a bit and going, may my roots grow deep and strong. Ow! And there's just this faint green glow from her hand enveloping the rest of her. And I did fumble that, so I regain a slight amount of hit points. I regain 6 hit points.
Oh, for the record, I feel awful. But he has tactics.
Good.
I wrote
You
them
should.
a long time ago.
Yeah. Feel bad.
Sorry. Rue. All right. So we come back up to the top of the round. And I think he glances in Rue's direction, noticing that she's healed herself, and you sort of see he sort of curses under his breath a little bit. But since you're right up in his face, Trill,
Yeah, that seems fair.
he is going to swing his blade at you. That's a 9? Wait. God, I need to get regular d10s and not the percentile situation here because I don't know what I'm doing. We're gonna say it's a
Oh,
19?
Oh.
I think. A 0 and a 90. I don't know.
Yeah, 0 is a
Yeah.
10.
10.
Yeah, 0
so
is
19. Okay.
19!
Sub Grant.
19!
19.
Yeah, that kind of hits a little, I guess,
assume-
maybe.
I assume
I
that-
reserved the
check.
19 for my my navigation
My
checks last.
apologies. I keep forgetting to add the +1.
Oh, thanks. I was so
Oh,
concerned.
yeah, that explains it.
I don't know why I even used that fucking spell.
Thanks. Wow.
Killed a turn though, so that was.
This is bullshit.
It is. It is.
Ugh.
That is a 6.
I had 7 hit points, so get fucked, Mr. Evil Blacksmith. I'm fine. Excuse me, sorry. Get hecked. Sorry.
We're a family show.
Family show.
Oh, yeah.
Rue is gonna make you put some coins in the swear jar.
Oh no.
That she drags herself over with the swear jar. Like,
Rue,
Trill is like
What's your language?
Trill is like trying to save him a concussion, but still like takes him, puts a hand in her pocket, grabs a coin, sits him in the swear jar.
Oh, I think I dropped an F-bomb before M did, but that's
I'm pretty sure.
Anyway,
We've definitely sworn on this stream before.
Yeah.
it's not kid-friendly in terms of how we speak, but it's kid-friendly in terms of overall content.
Yeah.
Technically.
Technically. Yeah, so you, what does this look like, Trill, as you two, he likewise, I don't know if you noticed because it just hurts, but you don't get cut, let's put it that way. You get clubbed with the flat of the blade.
I think it's, so Trill was like pretty much like right up in his face with her pole, and I think she is so caught up in the moment of like, oh, I have him, I got him, that she actually just doesn't notice as he like brings his arm out to the side and just like smacks her on the upside of the head. I think so I think she just like she falls to the side because I'm at 1 hit point. I'm on the ground.
Yeah. No, he basically like essentially bats you out of the way with the backhand of the flat of the blade. And has his attention turned toward Rue. But Griffin, it is your turn.
All right. Griffin just he sees Trill far and it's like first through and now it's Trill, and he leaps off the tree and just kind of spear first, kind of goes for spin attack or something, I don't know, at this dude.
Okay. Go for it. Roll your checks.
Power friendship doesn't amount to much sometimes. That's that's a
Power friendship seems fake.
Seems fake sometimes.
So what did you get?
8.
8?
No, buddy.
Doesn't quite cut it.
No.
So yeah, you come in swinging hard, but he's already sort of still in the motion of having batted Trill soundly out of the way and blocks you again, batting your spear just off, and we see sort of the sparks fly as the two blades grind against each other. So next is Mildew, the mighty shover, the mightiest member of this battlefield.
Maybe we'll pick up the branch and try to hit him with it.
Okay.
Are we gonna have to like training montage Mildew into like clearly the buff soldier he was meant to be?
Obviously.
Turn Mildew into muscle wizard.
Muscle wizard cast punch.
I mean, you can take a second type. Perhaps Mildew's fate is to take attack.
Oh my god.
Imagine the side scenes with sparring montages with little Mildew.
Yes.
16? Does that hit?
Excuse me, what the
Need a training montage.
fun? What the fun?
And it's 8 damage.
Okay. I know what is going on. It's because I'm not making you roll different for different types of weapon usage context. But
Who are you and what have you done with Niklas? You never rolled as well.
Mildew's starting to glow. His hair is starting to change color.
Yeah.
He's going Super Saiyan.
He's going Super Saiyan right in the middle of this fight.
Roll your damage and then describe to me how you.
Yeah, it was 8 damage.
8 damage. Okay.
Yep.
So 5.
But yeah, Mildew picks up the branch and then swings it, and he hits first with the branch and then probably around the area around the shoulder, and then the lone leaf just whisks and just cuts him a little bit.
You see just a little line appear, a little tiny trick,
and then it's with such momentum that Mildew spins around a little bit, and you can see the snow just go.
I know what it is though. It's Mildew just sneaking in this hits while the others are like at this guy, and the wielder just comes from nowhere, like.
Right. It's all good. Right. Trill, it is your turn with your
wow.
1 HP. You secretly Saitama.
Oh gosh.
Snowball!
Please carry on.
Okay.
One
Here's
shove.
an
Man.
One
Sorry.
shot, man.
One shove, man. Oh no. What you gonna do, Trill?
I don't think I can heal myself or anything, so gosh. I'm gonna try to drag him down to my level. Wrestling went really well the first time.
Go for it.
Yeah. So if I can, I don't know that there are any of these items I can really use here. Unless we want to shoot. Okay, I know what I'm doing. Okay, let's say for the sake of drama, I am right up against the cliff edge. I'm gonna try to drag him down and dramatically, like,
wing him over the edge.
Yeah, not toss him over the edge. That's violent, and we don't really do violence. I say in the middle of a fight. But do the sort of like drag him down and slam him down so he's like half leaning over the edge kind of situation.
Okay.
I don't expect this to work. However, I might as well try.
Go ahead and roll your accuracy check.
We don't do violence, we say, as we punt rats into the atmosphere.
Listen, they're fine. They're fine, and totally not Team Rocket is gonna be totally fine. Yeah, no, that's a 10.
Okay. Yeah, so you try to reach up and catch him, which ostensibly should be easy, but I think at 1 HP you're probably not at your best.
Yeah, I think this is like probably just one of those like kind of hazily trying just to like reach out and grab him, and it actually ends up looking kind of pathetic.
Yeah, he just sort of like steps out of the way.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Rue, it's your turn.
Well, seeing how badly Trill is hurt, Rue is gonna step forward and just fall to her knees and try to shield Trill with her body as she casts another cure spell.
Okay.
So it's...
Oh, you're like half my size.
You can cover the vital parts.
My new mom friend is going to save you. Didn't fumble. And that is, you are now at 6 hit points.
Great, thanks.
All right.
Please get off this battlefield.
Guess what? It's his turn now.
Yeah.
Dingus.
What?
I don't know. I'm trying to clean up my language.
Okay. Darn.
Fiddlesticks.
Oh gosh. Yeah, and Rue, of course, as you go to heal, after Trill tried to grab him and drag him off the edge, kind of, or at least hold him out there. He has turned his attention toward you again and levels the blade at you. However, before he can raise it up again to make an attack, there's a voice that calls out across the battlefield. Stop! And we sort of see Jadar, this visible-eyed narrow. He doesn't move, but then you sort of see, hovering gently down, kind of these dragonfly wings at the back, glowing sort of amber gold, briefly disappearing, is a new figure you have not seen before. Not particularly tall or imposing man, more of an imposing presence, under kind of black and amber colored cloak, and a mask that covers much of their face. And they look around. You've already gotten the stone, haven't you? I think it's time to stop playing with these children and get back to work. And you see Jadar kind of twitches a little bit in irritation, but he draws back the blade, and it sort of seems to shrink and change, and then it's just a hand again. You're right. We don't have time to deal with this. I suggest you keep out of our business further, if you value your lives. Come, let's go. And he turns to walk with the other figure to stand beside him. And
Griffin totally kind of runs up, like not at their face, but like kind of in between his friends and like where they're walking out. Like, just get back here! Who the heck are you?
Do you try to pursue or follow them, or are you just gonna?
No, it's not like chasing them down. Just kind of just come back here.
Okay.
Yeah, a stupid face, a stupid cloak.
The cloaked sorcerer, because they definitely seem to be that, looks at you, Mildew, for a long, long moment, and there's a little smile that forms. Well. Do take care. And they vanish. With
The hell is your problem?
And you are all left alone on the mountain with Professor Gallius, who you hear kind of groan.
Trill, are you okay?
Trill.
I'm fine. Rue, are you okay?
Yeah. I'm fine.
Why did you do that? You could have. And she just kind of hugs Rue really, really tight before she can even finish her sentence.
Yeah, and Rue hugs back really tightly.
Don't do it. Don't do that ever again. You scared me so bad.
You were gonna. He was gonna hurt you.
Griffin kind of looks away, really like frustrated and just kind of flustered and angry, and then looks to the professor and walks over and see if he can stand. You okay, Professor?
You're muted.
You're muted.
It's interesting. There we go. Is it working now?
Yep.
Okay. We have a lot of noise, so it might be a good time to take a
Yeah.
break as you go to visit the professor. We'll be back.
Okay.
And we're back.
Woo!
Hello, friends.
Yeah.
The bad guy has quit the field.
We won
after-
that.
We definitely won. That's
Yes.
definitely what happened.
Yes.
By default.
Victory!
So yes, before the break, the fight with Jadar went about as well as it could have. You did all survive, and before he was about to possibly strike Rue down, as she protected Trill, a new challenger arrived, so to speak. A strange, masked sorcerer in amber and black robes with a mask appeared and basically chewed into Jadar and told him to stop messing around with these kids and get back to work. So they both left together, and you are now on the mountaintop with a wounded but alive Professor Gallius. And you yourselves are a bit wounded but alive.
Griffin's fine.
Some of you are wounded but
Physically.
alive. Some of you are fine but alive.
Grill, did you just Grill? Griffin.
Girl.
Girl?
Girl. No, Griffin had just asked the professor a question. Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of kneeling down beside him and asking if he's okay. Okay. You okay?
No, I've had better days, but
You
Yes,
and me
I think
both.
so.
Can you stand?
yes, I think so. He starts to push to his
Okay,
feet.
kind of offers him a hand.
Yeah, he'll take the help and gets to his feet and dusts off his robes where they're kind of singed. And he kind of looks at all of you a little more closely, sort of adjusts his spectacles. By the dragons, you're barely children. You were trying to fight him?
Well,
We're trying to
Someone has to.
save you.
I
We were trying to
appreciate the help, but that's quite dangerous.
do you know what's going on? Who were those people?
I have the vaguest of ideas, but this is really not the place to talk about it. We should get back to the university.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
All right, gather in close. I'll get us there quickly. We don't need to hike back down this mountain.
Oh.
Are we gonna jump?
What?
Okay.
Of course not.
Good. I have a version for jumping.
He just looks at you curiously, Mildew, for a moment. And then you see him sort of take a small glowing stone from his pocket, and he kind of gives it a gentle squeeze, and a magic rod sort of appears, and he lowers his hand, so now the crystal is the topper of the staff. And he taps it down on the ground several times, and kind of this bluish-green magic circle spreads under the space where all of you are, and starts to glow, and it glows so bright until you can't quite see anywhere around you. And when it fades, you are in Professor Gallius's office at the university.
Oh.
Oh.
And the staff just sort of shrinks back into the crystal, and he tucks it into his pocket.
I kind of wish I had stayed in the university a little bit longer now.
Not exactly an alumni, are you?
Does that require you to graduate?
Yes, it does.
Then no.
It's
Pity.
literally the definition.
Well, have a seat, children. It seems you know me. I don't believe we've
Yeah.
had the pleasure of introducing one another, however.
I'm Griffin Lionheart. We're from the south.
Ah, Arcadia. Yes.
Yeah.
It's a lovely place. Quiet. Been there a few times myself.
Well, it was quiet. I'm Trill, by the way. Hi. We're all Mildew's friends. Mildew, do you?
No, I didn't have him.
Ah, so you were a student.
Yes, yeah. I
Well, and you, young miss? He looks to you, Trill.
You said Trill, did you mean Rue?
Oh God, Rue. Sorry. Yes. My brain doesn't work.
I'm Rue.
Injury-wise, how's everybody looking for those that were hurt?
Well, I'm at an 8 out of 11.
Okay.
So,
I'm
since but bruised.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. I'm at a 6 out of 7, so like I'm okay. I'm just like covered in dirt, probably.
6 out of 14, you mean?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I was definitely at half health to begin with. Never mind. Yeah, Trill's not looking so hot.
Okay.
Yeah, Rue's probably helped her over to a chair and is like picking
Yeah.
out of her hair and being like,
Yeah, Trill like takes off a shoe and like dumps it into like all the rocks fall out.
So, I think, seeing the state that you're all in, he calls in effectively like a campus nurse and gets them to start healing and patching you all up. And snacks and tea are brought. And you get a little bit of time to rest. So go ahead and restore yourselves to full. And let's go ahead and roll some fresh condition checks.
all right.
Griffin's just gonna since he's fine, he's just gonna watch in frustration as his friends are getting healed up.
Yeah, mildew doesn't require healing, but he will take the leaf off the branch, put it in one of his books, and then he will place the branch against one of the walls.
Okay.
What was condition again?
Strength and spirit.
Yes.
Strength and spirit.
8 for Trill.
Okay.
7 for Rue.
Okay.
4 for mildew.
Is Mildew feeling a bit intimidated by meeting this very illustrious professor in person, perhaps?
Maybe a little bit of adrenaline crash too.
Yeah, that
Also,
push
yeah.
on that hit was all he had.
I gave one good shove. I need to lie down.
I'm so tired.
And Griffin got 9, so he's okay.
Okay.
Does this mean my hit points go half, or how is it?
No, you're fine. Condition's only bad if you fumble.
Yeah, right.
So,
Yeah.
after some time, you get a chance to kind of rest up and whatnot. So then, and the professor as well has like changed out of his singed robes and is now back, comes back into his office looking much more distinguished with these fine blue robes and a very, very, very long scarf and his pince-nez balanced on his nose. And he's older. He's got like white hair and a very bushy white beard, and very, very bright, piercing blue eyes that are fairly kind, smart, and seem to miss nothing. But there's a gentleness there. The cat from before is also in the office, but is quietly napping on the desk.
Did they even wake up when we came back?
Nah.
Hey.
They,
It was probably one of those open one eye.
Yeah, they popped one eye,
Oh, you're
saw
back.
it was you all again, and then closed their eye.
Meh.
You're not dead. That's good. Very
Cat-
good.
That's
Gonna
reasonable, I
catch.
Yeah.
presume.
Yep. And so he sits before you with a cup of tea. So, you want to know what that was all about, yes?
Yeah, those guys came to our forest and kind of pulled one of those rock eggs out of the ground. What was it called?
The
Glowstones.
Glowstones. Yeah.
I hadn't
And
quite
we've been
realized
following
there was
since.
one in Arcadia. And he seems sort of get a little bit thoughtful for a moment. Tell me about what that looked like, if you would, please. And he like grabs a notebook hastily, which you get the impression he must have notebooks just kind of secreted away, basically in reach, no matter where he is in the room.
Hammer space.
So, because he like reaches into the table that's off to the side of the sofa where he's sitting and just pulls out a notebook and a pen and starts getting ready to write.
Yeah, there was this tree in our forest that sprouted in the 4 seasons at the same time. It was kind of our tree that we returned to all the time. And after we've been traveling, some of us, we came back and those guys were there. That guy were there and he...
Stupid face Yadar.
He shoved his arm into the ground and pulled a stone out, and our tree was just gone.
I see.
Like it was never there.
Well, it sounds like that indeed was a flowstone, although I cannot guess which one.
Which one?
Yes, there were several. He stole one from here, that's why I pursued him up the mountain.
Well, do you know where the next one is? Do you know... Is he going to get more? Can we... I don't know. There's got to be a way we can stop him.
And do you know who his friends was?
Yeah, who the heck are they? What are they?
What's going on?
One question at a time, children.
But we have so many.
Yes, well.
Can we have some more tea?
Yes,
No,
of
dude.
course. Help yourselves.
Sorry.
He gestures to the tea set where there's plenty of tea. Too quiet, everybody? I'm sorry, chat. How is it now? Maybe?
I think this is better.
Okay. Occasionally it's just because the character voice in particular may be quiet. I will try to be loud and obnoxious. All right. So as you all sort of fetch more tea, he's fetching a few books and opening them up on the table. So with regard to your question about those people, I think it's fairly obvious they're not local. They're not from any area here on the surface of Amaria, near as I can tell.
But, well, where else can they be from?
Where they seem to be from is, to all appearances, a myth. And he sort of... seems like he barely believes the words even as he says them. There were stories that talk of a place referred to only in a few texts by name. A land called Malvor. Some say it's below the surface of Amaria. There's been descriptions of people in strange glassy garb appearing every now and then, every handful of generations, causing strife. Nobody's confirmed the existence of such a place, however, so we have no idea what it looks like, how to get there, or if it's even real at all. But after seeing them, well, those soldiers and that man, Jadar, you said?
Yeah.
Appears to meet the description that I've seen in texts.
He said something about taking the flow stones back? Like they were his to begin with?
His or theirs?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is curious, to say the least. As for the flowstones, how much do you know about them? I don't want to lecture you on something you may already know.
Protect the world from darkness or something?
Something like that.
Important magical source thingies.
Yes, well,
And
that's
there are
not
several
entirely
of them.
incorrect. What was that?
There are several of them, and they are ordered by someone to fetch them, I assume.
Yes, more
The
than
second
likely.
guy, second person at least. I don't know who they were. They were in a cloak.
But-
Just magic, though.
Yes.
But they implied that there's someone else behind it. Because
Like, what we can say is they're working together as some kind of gang or group. I was kind of thinking just this Yadar guy, but
Well, yeah, I mean, they want them, and if they're magical somehow, that makes sense. But we don't know what they do. All we know is they made a tree. It was our tree. I don't know.
yeah, that was very weird.
The one he took from you. What was that? Was that something? Was that a tree here too?
No, it's the Earth Stone that we keep here in the university. He was able to get by our security. I don't entirely know how. But I will remind all of you, you found a letter.
It's in Cyrus's case.
Oh yeah.
Huh.
Mildew
I
will.
think I may have an idea. But what was it doing here? Was it used for something?
We use it here to regulate the flow of the magic throughout the fields. That's why Verdarius travels around, so that we can ensure that each piece gets its flow from the magic.
What are you gonna do now that it's gone?
It will take time. We have reserves of the magic because of the way we've preserved the stone, but... Excuse me, I must let my cat out.
It's fine. You just have to make sure every single NPC has a cat.
Yep. So he returns after booting
and a bunch of
Nigglesworth
dogs in
outside.
the distance.
Excuse me. Now, where was I? Oh, yes. We have reserves from the way we've been preserving the stone and studying it over the years. It will take time, but if we do not get that stone back, this land will cease to be able to grow anything again. The fields will start to go fallow and dry.
Do you think our stone did, or well, the one that was in Arcadia did something similar to the forest there?
I would imagine if it took the form of a tree, it may be the very reason the forest that is Arcadia exists at all.
Oh no.
Which does not mean good things if we do not get that one back as well.
Okay, well then we just have to get it back. That's all. Which doesn't change anything. We knew that when we left. So,
That guy was crazy strong though.
well, we'll just have to find his weakness or something. Everything has a weakness, everyone. We'll figure it out. We don't have a choice.
It's a very
It's
dangerous
that or let our
task you're
forest die.
undertaking.
It's important.
It's not like we haven't faced danger before.
He kind of looks you over, Griffin, for a moment or two, sort of sizing you up. You look as though you've been on an adventure or two.
Yeah, few.
Well, if you are in fact inclined to chase after this man and try to retrieve the stones or protect the others, I will do what I can to assist you. Unfortunately, all I can do to assist you is to provide knowledge.
I mean, that's the thing we kind of don't have, so...
We have a few of the letters and notes from the cave.
Ah,
The one that
Oh yeah,
mentioned
they
Yadar.
mentioned Yadar and stuff.
Let me see.
From
Mildew. Well,
that
Oh,
dramatic guy. Dramatic rat guy.
dramatic rat guy.
I don't remember
Somewhere
his
in a
Yes,
cell,
dramatic
Cyrus
rat
is
guy.
crying. I didn't even learn my name.
Who's that one weirdo with the pipe organ?
name. Yeah.
Lived with a bunch of rats.
Oh God.
His name was Cyrus, I think.
Oh yeah, Cyrus.
yeah, and Mildew will put his hands into his pockets and just pull up notes. And I think
Oh yeah.
He'll take them and put them on his desk and kind of start briefly panning them over. Well, this is something. I'll need some time to look these over, but give me a little time. Take some time around the university, the city. There's plenty to do. Take a bit of a rest. And I'll meet up with you again in the morning and give you as much information as I have. Put you on the right course. We need to figure out where they might be going next. And I think I have an idea.
Okay.
Okay, well, I guess there's nothing else we can really do for now. But thanks, Professor.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Don't mind Cal and his grouchy demeanor. Just make sure that you ask for me and he'll let you in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and you
Thank
kind
you.
of remember the person you had to get through to
Yeah.
even get into
Yeah.
the faculty. Was a little
Extremely tired doorman.
extremely abrasive and tired, yes. So he escorts you all out and takes a moment or two to inform Cal exactly what he just told you. You know, if you see them again, let them in.
Thank you.
Cal doesn't even look up from his papers. He's just like, yes, professor, all right. And keeps working. And so you are back out in town, which is hustling and bustling and patently unaware that their flowstone is gone.
We'll keep spinning, I guess.
yeah.
Kind
Well,
of hard
you
to
know-
relax after that.
Well, when you think about it, nothing's really changed. We're still doing what we set out to do, and now we know a little bit more. But it's okay. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay, Mildew, let's go do something fun. Mildew, what did you do for fun when you were here?
I hid in the library.
Yeah, I was gonna say they'd probably read books here.
That does
That's
not
fun?
sound very fun.
Like no, like fun stuff, like you know, like ice cream and festivals and stuff.
They have a book printing press.
Close enough.
Yeah, you know there's a print shop, a student-run print shop that has a lot of cool gifts in it.
I guess we can check that out.
I clap Griffin on the back. Come on, it'll be fun. So,
Yeah.
So you make your way through the town, passing and being passed by the multitude of coffee carts and coffee bicycles. And the scent of coffee just permeates this entire place. But after your last experience with coffee, I don't know. Do you dare?
oh boy. I think right now, Trill's not feeling like experiencing that again.
That's fair.
She's also mostly kind of starting to keep a bit of a worried eye on Griffin. So, yeah.
Do you
Griffin
remember
is
when?
kind of not really registering everything they're walking by. He's just kind of in his own world, it seems.
Thinking about fun though. Do you remember when we came here earlier and we were waiting for the coffee? They were talking about someone who haven't slept in a while.
That sounds really not fun.
No, but we could find him and see what happens when you drink too much coffee.
I guess.
Think about it. Might be like a treasure hunt.
Where would we find him, though?
In bed, I'd hope.
Seems kind of rude to interrupt that.
Yeah. We can ask. We can ask. Mildew will go up to one of the coffee.
As luck would have it, it's the one that you ordered some from before, and you see the one in the cozy little sweaters. Very cute and quiet.
Oh, hi again.
Hi.
Did you want some coffee?
I can take one to bring along.
Oh, okay.
And they fix up a small cup of coffee for you, piping hot.
Yeah, and Mildew will just smell it.
And just smelling it alone, you're like real alert all of a sudden.
When we were here, we heard someone talk about this person that seems to live on this stuff.
Oh. Yes. I haven't met him personally myself. He hasn't come by my cart, but he's
But
definitely...
you have heard of him.
I have. That's not really a thing you should do. Drinking this nonstop. Eventually, you have to sleep.
But how long can you go on if you drink it? Then?
I don't know. He just keeps drinking it, and I expect by the time he graduates, he's probably going to end up having to sleep for about 7 years.
Whoa.
This coffee, if you drink it, you get a lot of energy and you don't have to sleep, but once it's worn off, well, you end up sleeping for double the amount of time it let you stay awake.
Huh.
If he sleeps for 7 years, how's he going to eat?
That's what we're all afraid of.
Gosh. Let's find him.
I think he's decided not to stop because if he does, he probably will die.
Your healers should probably look into that.
Well, he would, but he's not done with his program and he really wants to graduate. I think he has a year left.
Well, then they have time to do some research, I guess.
Anyway, did you want any more coffee?
Although they're looking a little awkward after having just explained how deadly this coffee apparently can be. Not the best sales pitch.
Completely unregulated drug.
Yeah. Yeah, they're kind of like, oh, maybe that wasn't the best sales pitch. Never mind.
No, I'm fine with what I have. But thank you. We should probably not drink so much of this, though.
Okay.
Except for in
I'm
necessary
good.
situations.
Oh yes, if you drink a little bit, it's fine. It just, you get a very nice nap afterwards. Just don't keep drinking it forever and ever and ever and ever.
Got it. Let's go find the guy who kept drinking it forever and ever and ever.
Yeah.
You don't happen to know where he lives or studies, I guess.
I've never seen him before in my life, but I think he's in the lore recorder program. So he might be at the library. Or the gift shop. I think maybe he also works there.
They have a gift shop?
Oh yes, we have a university gift shop. It's also the print shop. You can get custom enchantments made on any of your objects.
And they kind of, you see they have a little coffee-shaped pin that sort of like glows.
One letter at a time.
Yep.
Oh, wow, let's go there.
Mildy, you didn't say they had a gift shop.
I kind of forgot.
Okay, well, you've been really helpful. Thanks. Thanks for the coffee. Thanks for the warning. We're gonna go, I guess, go to this gift shop. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Trill takes off in a direction and then goes, where's the gift shop?
Fortunately, the gift shop's pretty easy to spot. They have shiny glowing letters on the outside of the building.
Kill.
And when you get in there, it's pretty crowded.
Is the sign that says gift shop and the T has stopped blinking, so it just says gift shop?
Probably. They haven't gotten around to fixing it yet. So, as you get there, you get inside the shop. It's pretty crowded with like a lot of students, and you do realize it is in fact also a student's like print shop effectively. And you see a lot of these students like panicking at the front or off to the side of one of the counter areas, and they're just like, I need this for my final. I can't have it look like this. I've got to reprint the whole thing. There's just a few having the expected nervous breakdown.
Too real.
Yes.
Wow. Studying seems kind of stressful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel way better about my life choices right now.
It's like, and then you sort of hear just, I was supposed to have 37 copies of this enchantment? What? They said 26! How am I gonna do 10 more? There's just lots of, there are students consoling each other, and there's like one of the student staff behind the counter who's like still just kind of waiting. You can't tell where they're looking because they've got like just a mop of bushy black hair that pretty much covers their eyes. And they have kind of purplish skin, and their fingertips, at first you think they just straight up have glowing fingers, but then you realize on closer inspection that it's glowing ink that's just kind of perpetually stained their fingertips and their hands. And they're wearing effectively what you assume must be the university sweater, because you see sort of like the seal of the university on it, but it looks like it's either been stretched out to about 3 times its original size, or they just bought it very big because they like it that way. You're not entirely sure. And they're just kind of sitting at the counter, checking a few things off, and they see or hear you guys come in as a little like magical chime goes off. Oh, hey. We're gonna get you.
Oh, we're looking for someone?
Oh,
We
yeah?
heard they might be here.
You're gonna have to be more specific.
We don't know what they look like, and we don't know their name.
They're way too awake on coffee.
Yes.
Oh, right. Okay. You're chasing after, Mel. Got it. Haven't
No.
seen him today.
But he does come here.
Oh, yeah. Whenever he's got the exam to finish up his papers for. Let me see if he's got an order. He might be in later. And they just kind of, turn around and, see them shuffling through some shelves in the back. There's an assortment of all manner of strange things, most of them glowing in some way, shape, or form. You see a lot of magic books that are open. You see loose pages running off of some sort of automated thing that seems to just be like inking rapidly in the back, as well as like rows and rows of other students who are rapidly inking by hand in the back and etching things and working on stuff. And they come back around. Well, he's got this order that he was supposed to pick up this morning. And they put down a coffee mug that has like some sort of phrase etched in it that you can't quite read because it's not like glowing.
Well, what does that do?
Oh, I think it like reheats the coffee or keeps it hot. Something like that.
Nifty.
'Cause cold coffee kind of sucks, you know.
Yeah,
Huh.
so I've heard.
I mean,
It's a bit like tea like that.
yeah. Well, if you want to take it to him, I can give you his dorm address and you can deliver it.
Very nice of you.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
I never used to be here before myself, but what kind of effects can you give things with this ink?
Oh, I mean, like, what are you looking for? We can pretty much do whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah. I mean, like, there was this one time a guy wanted us to do, like, an enchantment on his glasses so that he would, like, be able to look at the papers and get the answers. We didn't do that because that's kind of breaking campus rules, but we totally could do it.
Huh.
Whoa.
Well, I think mine is a little less complicated than that because I have this hat.
Okay.
My cute hat that's knitted with gold on top.
Sure.
Can you make that the deers on it runs around?
Yeah, totally. You want to leave it here and come get it later?
Yes.
Okay.
I think it would make it look even cuter.
Yeah, that'll be like 10 gold.
Yeah, I just.
If I gave you a pillow, could you enchant it so it's cool when it's hot and hot when it's cool?
Yes, but that's technically 2 enchantments, so that would be like 25.
You know what? Deal. I'll take out my pillow.
Okay.
But I totally bought a pillow at character creation.
Yeah, then I'm gonna bring up one of my wooden utensils and say, "Can you make that the spoon makes everything it touches hot?"
Yeah, totally. It's basically the same enchant that's on this mug. I take it.
I will always have hot soup. Yes.
How complicated then can these get? Can you get them to like understand people when they like talk? Like if I like okay, so sorry. Here, so I have like 1 second. This might take a hot second.
Sure.
And Trill turns to her pack and starts taking out just so much rope. Just so
Oh
much.
jeez, here we go. It's finally paying off.
So several seconds later, as this now giant coil is now on the ground next to her, is there just I don't know how magic works. Sorry. Hi. But if I wanted to get this rope to like understand basic things that I said to it, like if I said like if I threw it at something and I said, "Grab that tree branch," can enchantments do that?
I mean, yeah, probably. And you kind of see they like briefly pull a little bit of their hair aside, and you see a very bright pink eye kind of eyeballing the rope. But so like it's not a matter of if it can do it, it's more like how much time and money you're willing to burn on it. Because you can pretty much do anything, it's just how much can you afford, you know?
Okay, then how much would it cost for like I don't know, like 2 commands worth?
For like 2, it's probably gonna be a couple hundred, but I could maybe spot you like one word thing.
One more thing. Okay, well, it's more than I can do now. Okay, let me think on that for a second.
Yeah, you want like
you guys-
one word on like 50 feet of rope. That's like 50.
All right, I'm gonna need a second to think about it because this is gonna be a really important word.
You doing okay with money?
50. I think I have 50. Yeah.
Chad is being very helpful.
I know. I'm purposefully not looking at chat because
Yeah, it needs to
like
be
it's yeah.
Lemon Trill original.
Think carefully on your words.
Yeah, if you guys want to continue to do other things here while I think on this, though.
Yeah, I've paid the for the pillow.
Okay.
But
So
when
they
can I
take
get it?
they take the coin and the objects. They briefly kind of shout in the back. Hey Al, how much longer? What do we got up for the day? And there's some indistinct yelling from the back. Okay, cool. We can have it tomorrow morning. We're gonna be
if
working
it's
late.
no
There's like a
trouble.
lot of students that have their finals coming up, so we're gonna be open all night.
If it's gonna be trouble, don't wanna.
No,
Impose.
it's fine. We keep one open for the public, and the rest is for the school to use. It's cool.
All right. If you say so.
But yeah,
Alright.
we can take the coffee to the what was Mal?
Yeah, yeah, Mel.
Rue, you don't wanna do anything?
No, I think I'm good.
You sure? This is really cool. Okay.
Yeah. But I can't think of anything I want right now. Everything in here is really, really cool though.
I mean, we have a flower pot that, like, holds the water for a little longer, keeps plants happy. It kind of looks like your speed.
What about a bag that dries herbs on its own?
I mean, yeah, there's one that could kind of dry them out faster, but, like, it's
I mean,
kind
it
of
does it
expensive,
automatically, I
to be
guess.
honest,
Or-
and it's like nature does that anyway. It's,
Yeah.
I think I like the flower pot thingy. How much is that one?
It's like 30. It's basically a kind of enchant like this one on the mug.
Okay. And she's gonna dig through her bag until she finds her cute little purse with flowers on it and opens it up and it's like, I was counting money.
And
We-
they will take 20. They'll stop you when you get to like 25, and they will take it. There you go.
Thank you.
Sure.
Oh, it's so cute.
There you go. And yeah, it's super adorable.
Does it do anything when you fill it when you have water in it?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, this is gonna be really useful.
Trill looks like she's about to say something and then decides not to. For all the flowers we're gonna bring on our trip, which is actually a delightful image.
All right.
I think Rue assumes we're gonna come back alive at some point. and
I
have
know,
time to make
I love it.
flower pots and stuff.
I love. Alternatively, we could like plant a plant and just like bring it with us everywhere across this continent.
Mhm.
Okay, so I think I figured out the word that I want on my rope. I think snare should be good, just so I can toss it at stuff and it can catch stuff and that sort of thing.
All right. They're like, okay, what you got?
Well, I got this, and I'll measure out like 50 feet of rope. I'll coil it all on the desk as neatly as I can, and then just like plop down. I think it's pretty much my entire wallet.
Is that all you got?
I actually don't remember off the top of my head. I know I had at least 50 though, but I'll check that after.
Okay.
Because
Alright, is that him making a face, or is that Jess making a face?
That's me making a face
Okay.
because we are suddenly having to ban a lot of people.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
people, come on.
Come on, man.
Good, let our good kids have their good adventure.
Yeah.
The mods are on it. Thank you, mods.
I'm
Love-
glad I haven't been
love
looking.
mods.
Yeah, but
All right. So yeah, you gather all your things, and I think in interest of time, because we're getting close, we will fast forward ahead and get you to make your delivery. So, you find your way to a dorm, and you knock on the door, I presume, that you identify as Mel's.
Yep.
Okay.
yeah, just special delivery.
You don't hear anything at first.
Hello?
Nothing.
Gonna try the handle.
Okay. It's
Kind of
open.
look at everyone else, just like weird. I just okay. Open it up a bit. Hello?
And you see, it's kind of dark in here, but you also see a figure in the shadowy corner of the room where you seem to assume there is a desk, and there's just piles and piles and piles and piles of paper that are growing as they like finish a page and they put it on and they're moving at like disturbing
Griffin.
lightning speed.
Griffin just freezes because he gets afraid to move too fast to just kind of topple over everything. It's like
Sorry, can't talk. In the middle of a paper. If you're delivering the mug, just put it there. On the table behind me. To the left, 30 degrees.
gonna carefully step through all the papers and stuff in here and just kind of
Mildew will pick up one of the papers and look and see if he can figure out what it is.
It is some sort of paper on magical theorem that is probably way beyond what you
Yeah.
learned.
I'm also just gonna see if I can take a peek at this person's face while I'm delivering the mug.
This person appears to be maybe like some sort of rodent-like creature. You're not entirely sure which. Could be like a gerbil-like or a chinchilla or whatever, but humanoid otherwise.
Oh jeez, and they have coffee. Oh god.
It's fine. They're not going to have a heart attack yet.
Is there a hamster wheel somewhere in this room?
Sure. Off to one side.
Standard issue.
Yep. It's like a treadmill, you know?
Gotta work off that excess energy somehow.
Exactly, yeah. When you get
If
the
I had a
sugars too
human
bad.
size, if I had a human size hamster wheel, I would use it.
I mean,
Like-
That is-
same though.
That's legit, yes.
Yeah. It's probably filled with papers though. Like it's just
Yep. So, yeah, they've directed you. They are not looking up. They're just like riding away. Okay, thank you. Goodbye.
yeah, okay.
Oh,
Take
right.
care
The
of
payment, the
yourself.
coin. It's on the table, in the desk drawer to the right, 55 degrees.
just kind of try to measure it up. Like,
It takes a little work. First, you find like a couple drawers that are definitely not it, but then you find one that has a coin, a little coin pouch in it that's labeled print shop.
all right. Good luck.
Yep, thank you.
It's gonna just go out and
Hope
Yeah.
you don't graduate too soon.
Same.
closes the door behind him. And then he just kind of stands there. Puts a hand on Mildew's shoulder. You don't have to go back here if you don't want to.
This
I
place seems a bit intense.
I have
I get
actually
it
missed
now.
this place a little bit. But I didn't know that magical theorems could have, actual maths in it.
I don't know what you just said, but okay. Let's go back to the print shop with this.
Yeah.
So you know the print shop is not going to be ready with your stuff in the morning.
Yeah.
You we'll assume you have
want to
a
make
place.
sure they don't. Just want to make sure they don't think we ran away with the money.
Yeah. So you deliver that back, and you have a place to stay for the evening within the university. They've loaned you a couple rooms. Gallius made sure you were well tended. So you're not going to be able to get info from Gallius until tomorrow morning, or get your enchantments till the morning. So you have the evening to grab dinner and then turn in for the night. So
Yeah, I think we will get some food and then just sit down and.
and the university has like a pretty nice, essentially like cafe. It's basically a restaurant. But you have a little bit of time. You don't have to make cooking checks because this food is cooked for you and it is assumed to be delicious.
Nice.
But I was thinking if we take the food with us and then we go out and sit in sort of a park and just look out.
Oh yeah. If there's a
Yeah,
place
that's
to-
nice.
Yeah. So yeah, you find a nice place to go sit as evening starts to fall and the stars start appearing overhead.
Well, we kind of got closer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still feels like there's a long way to go, though.
Yeah. Well, at least we're doing it together.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be fine. I think. Yeah. How is Griffin looking?
He's like just picking at his food, just kind of not really engaging in anything at this point. It kind of reminds you of how he was before, when he was little.
Are you okay, Griffin? You've been kind of quiet.
No, I'm I'm fine. It's okay. I'm just tired, that's all.
Griffy, you know you can't lie to me. You always used to say that when you were upset about something and you didn't want to say it because you were worried that it was going to make you seem uncool, and then you ended up seeming even less cool anyway. So, what's wrong?
That's it, isn't it? I'm just... Nothing's changed.
What do you mean? You're so much taller now.
Yeah.
And you have a cool spear and you can poke it at people.
You can like fight and stuff.
Yeah, much good that did. I tried to protect you guys. I tried fighting. I didn't do anything. The guy were barely aware of me. I kept trying, and I couldn't help you guys. All these years away from you, all this stuff I've done, what do I have to show for it? Absolutely nothing. And just kind of throws his food on the ground. I'm just the same weak little kid. So what's before?
Perhaps that's the issue was that you tried to protect rather than just fight? I mean, if you have been fighting for yourself, trying to do too much at the same time, I'm sure it will be better when we start to work together better again.
Griffin. I guess I should call you that now, because you're not Griffy anymore. Old Griffy wouldn't have even tried. Old Griffy would have stayed behind me the whole time. Maybe you don't see how important that is, but it is. Now, come on. Here. And I give him my food since he clearly kind of decimated his own.
His stomach growls for a moment.
You need to grow up bigger and stronger, right? Come on, eat up, Griffin.
Next time I'm gonna show you guys.
Yeah, and remember,
Looking forward to it.
you went away and you came back a big hero. I mean, you didn't come back as a book thief. So I say, you're the one that came back the most of us.
Like, I didn't even get taller.
Yeah, well, you were already perfect the way you were. And I give her
Yeah, you don't need to change.
It's just silly.
Guess I still have some growing to do, huh?
Try not to grow too much taller, though. It's gonna make it really awkward to look you in the eye.
I didn't mean.
Alright, well, next time we meet that jerk, I guess I'll let you have first crack.
You will punch him right in the face.
We'll see.
And I will call him punch face instead of stupid face.
Okay, and you, Mildew, next time, please be careful. You about gave me a heart attack.
Well,
you were a beast.
When did you learn to do that?
Yeah, we were those shoves when we were kids.
well, usually when I did that, the people used to just jump out of the way, and I used to go, whoa.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, this guy didn't jump out, so I mean, it's his own fault.
None has actually seen the full force of your shoves, huh?
I mean, I think we can all agree it was definitely his fault.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
and you know, I got the souvenir, and I opened one of my books and pick up the leaf.
It's got a little bit of blood on it.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. Well,
So,
that's a start.
Gotta start somewhere.
Yeah.
So I think you
And
all
with
spend
that-
the evening in each other's company till it's time to go to bed. Unless there's anything more you wanted to do.
I'm thinking Mildew will actually try the coffee.
Okay, so Mildew is going to stay up all night. And
You know, it's
No,
8 p.m. Maybe I'll try some coffee.
I have a
This
condition
will
of
go fine, surely.
I have a condition of 4, so I'm thinking it will just give a very high initial boost, and then just.
Well, I think we made up rules for this last
I
time.
think we did. I don't remember them offhand, and it's not...
It's a +1 to all your rolls the next day, and then -1 to all your
-1,
rolls the day
yeah.
after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the crash is real bad.
Yeah, but I'm gonna try it because
Okay,
why not?
okay. All right, so yeah, you will You're gonna be peppy. So the evening carries on. You all eventually go to your rooms and get sleep. I think you probably, since they're dorms that you're effectively borrowing, Rue and Trill, you probably take a room, and Mildew and Griffin, you get a room. They're like relatively next to each other.
Griffin tries to stay up, looking out the window, brooding, but he falls asleep.
Wakes up with a very sore
Like
neck in the
dramatic,
morning.
yes, like with his face against the window like that.
Nice try, buddy. Nice try.
Damn it.
Yeah, so in interest of time, because we're coming up fairly short, you, on your way to go meet with the professor, you make a detour and grab your enchanted items. They are indeed all enchanted.
Heck yeah.
So yeah, you have your Mildew, you have your hat, the little deer prance around it, and it's very cute. And your spoon does indeed, you get to test it on liquids, and it makes them hot. And Trill, you get to test out your rope, and it seems to work.
So much power.
Such power. And your pillow, Griffin, seems to be like nicely climate controlled.
Ooh.
It never seems to get too hot or too cold under your touch. It's like just right
Nice.
all the time.
I'm calling it thermal pillow.
Only it actually
know.
works.
Yeah.
So we cut to where we see you all again in Professor Gallius's office as the morning light streams in. Well, I hope you had a pleasant time yesterday, children. I've managed to gather what information I can to assist you.
Yes. I read 4 books.
And had the coffee, I see. He doesn't seem like particularly concerned, just, I know what this is like. I have students that do this.
Oh. That explains that.
Yep. Just, yes, the coffee.
One of the books were practical, and I even tried it out. I burnt through 4 candles as well.
Good to know. If you need more books, certainly we can provide.
I'm not allowed.
Oh. How unfortunate. So he,
Please continue.
Nice.
he starts, he basically has compiled like a notebook for you of materials, and it sort of seems to be looking like who to hand it to.
I can take that.
Yeah,
I've got
everyone
space in my
looks
bag.
to Rue.
I was like,
I've got
all right.
space in my bag.
Here you are. So, what you will find in there, I've compiled some notes from several of the legends and details about the Flowstones. There is the legend of Amaria, which is sort of a epic poem written allegedly by a woman named Lazuria Lapistel from hundreds and hundreds of years ago. Sort of tells the story of when Amaria was born, if you will, and how the Flowstones stood against the dark. It sounds as though you may know this legend in some form or another. Wouldn't surprise me. But there is a recounting of it there, a shorter form. It may be of use. I also have some notes about the Flowstones and their respective locations.
Oh.
Yes?
I said, oh. Thought I said.
And in my estimation, the next one it seems they're likely to go for would be the Firestone in Sidolia. Then Griffin, you
that far from
recognize
here?
that name. It lies on the coast. It's beyond the desert.
It's where I spent my time.
Ah,
The old stomping ground, I guess.
of course. Then you know the state of the city, I assume.
Yeah. I do.
Well then, be prepared. They are an interesting people. In any case, you'll need to get through the desert to get there first. It will take some time. I would recommend ensuring you are well prepared before you set off. And as you look in the notebook, Rue, you see that he's also included things like directions through the desert to some outposts and things, and also included a list of what is recommended for travel. You sort of get the impression that Gallius might have been a bit of a wanderer himself before he settled down to teach at the university, because there's a lot of practical knowledge thrown in here. It's not just, a talking head.
Thank you so much, Professor Gallius. This is really useful.
Of course. Would that I could go with you myself, but, and he kind of gestures to the university in general.
You seem to have a lot on your plate.
Indeed, something like that. I'm going to be spending my time finding a way to extend our reserves so that we can last a little longer without the stone. Speaking of stones. Niggles, could you bring the thing? And the cat's like, yes, Professor, of course. And it stretches. And then pads over to one of the shelves and kind of swats at something in the bookshelf. And a little, what you thought was a stack of books kind of flips outwards and rotates around to reveal a little hidden cache. And the cat grabs a bundle that seems to be glowing faintly and brings it and drops it on the desk. The professor unwraps it and holds out to you. It looks like one of those symphonic crystals that you found in Cyrus's cavern.
Ooh.
But it's got a lot of etching on it that has clearly been custom made. So, if you keep this with you and you find anything that you don't have answers to in that book, let me know. You'll be able to use this. It's called a speaker crystal. You can communicate with the person who has the twin, and he's holding up the other one, which he clearly intends to keep. Mind you, it's only going to work if you're outdoors or near a cache of symphonic crystals so that it can resonate properly.
Okay.
Take care not to lose it or let anyone steal it.
So
We'll do our best.
we need symphonic crystals for it to work?
You'll want to be sure if you're not outside under the open sky that you are near symphonic crystals at the very least that are in their raw form. You can't be near processed ones. They don't quite carry the same resonance.
So I will take up my symphonic crystal and hold it next to it and say, "Hello! Hello!"
It doesn't do anything. Yeah, like you need a network connection, and the Wi-Fi's not good. It's a dead hotspot.
I'm sure we can get it to work.
As long as you're outdoors when you use it, it'll work just fine.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Okay. So, we're just heading through the desert to the city to find the fire flowstone? Griffin, when you were there, is there anyone mentioning a fire flowstone there? A thing they, had on display, like, hello, here is our flowstone, please don't steal it.
Did they?
You know that it's something that the royal family is very proud of.
Yeah,
They
now that you
probably have it
mention
on display, or at the very least, it's most likely in their treasury.
Yeah, and now that I mention it, the royal family is really kind of... Yeah, they have it.
Oh, well,
They have
that's
it.
me. We don't have to look around for it.
They're in their treasury, though, or on display, so it might be... We might not be able to get at it, but...
You really would be better served warning them. I will send some word ahead so they have some idea.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Yeah, we don't want to take it. We want them to keep it.
Yeah,
Right?
but if we know where it is, we know where they're going to be targeting.
Exactly.
If our heads that direction.
Yeah.
Precisely.
Sure.
So, after that, the next most likely place will probably be Orbinium for the Airstone. I don't think I need to tell you what might happen if they take it. Considering Orbinium is a floating island chain.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Okay,
That would be bad.
we can't let him take that one. Well, we can't let him take any of them. This is bad.
We'll go there and we'll smack them on the head and we'll return back and it will be fine. And
Yeah, exactly.
Be careful. If at any point you feel you're in over your head, contact me. We will try to get assistance. All right?
Yes.
Promise.
Okay, thanks,
Good.
Professor.
Of course. Now then, I should get to work on sorting out the business with our missing stone. You've got a full day ahead of you of traveling, I expect. Make sure you're prepared, and good luck. Do check in from time to time, if you would.
Thank you. Yeah, we will. We will.
And he walks you out, and I think he'll guide you out of the university proper and direct you to some places where you can get your shopping done before you leave.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we sort of end as we see all of you climbing down the steps from the turtle. Kind of montage. You collect pighead from the village and head off in the bright midday sun in the direction of where Sidolia and the desert lie. And that is where we will wrap for today. Thank you,
Thank you.
friends, for hanging out with us. So, we'll do outros. Because, thank you also for, thank you mods for wielding your swords with great abandon. I appreciate you so much.
Mighty
Yeah, well done.
mighty paladins of chat.
Thank you to all the bits and everybody being so active and helpful and chatty, and it was wonderful to have you. And thanks for being flexible with our weird schedule. We will be back. Let's see. Our next session will be sometime, as I look at my calendar. Our next session will be March 3rd.
No.
Because ordinarily it would be next weekend,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
yours truly is out of town and away from the streaming machine. But we'll go around and do our outros and say what we liked about the session and let you all get on with your day. So we'll go around in reverse order this time. Nicholas.
yes, hello.
How, where can we find you on these here internets, and what was your favorite moment?
Yeah, my name is Niklas. You can find me at nyvinter at Twitter and sometimes on Twitch. I do art, mostly. And I yell about RPGs, like most other people here. But yeah, my favorite moment was actually the combat.
Shop wizard. Yeah, Mildew was in like beast mode. That was weird and interesting, and I loved it.
Yeah, but it also worked dramatically, and it was a lot of fun.
Good.
I don't say that about many RPGs, but I will give it.
I know, loved the combat. Wow. Ryuutama combat's very good though. Awesome. Anna, same for you. Where can we find you, and what was your favorite moment?
I'm Anna. You can find me at Anna Landin on Twitter, which links to everything else I do, comics and art and yelling about RPGs. The combat was very good. It had a lot of very good story moments. I liked the bits where Trill was nearly down and trying to pull Jadar down with her, and we got to have that moment of, no, I shall shield you with my body. It was very tense and dramatic. I like that.
Awesome.
Victor, where can we find you on these here interwebs, and favorite moment as well?
Yes, my name is Victor. I'm Victormon pretty much everywhere. I do art, comics, crying about various medias. Most recently Kingdom Hearts, obviously. But yeah, my favorite moment of easy to guess, but Griffin having a dramatic chat or angst about his kind of growth as a person and his part of the group.
Our broody boy.
Yeah,
Baby boy.
poor birdie.
Aw. And last but not least, M. Same questions for you. Where can we find you, and favorite moment?
Okay. So yeah, my name's Em, Eddie Treffery on Twitter, and Treffery most other places. I primarily also do the Yelling About RPGs and art stuff and stuff. And honestly, my favorite moment is, I'm gonna cheat and use one that's already been used, because it just very much was the standout moment from that fight for me from a story perspective, which was the Rue coming in and Rue doing a protect. That gave me a solid worry, but also that was very good.
Yep. All right. And then there's me. Hi, you're on my channel. Thanks for being here.
What?
I'm Jess. You can find me at littlecuppajo on most places around the interwebs. I yell about RPGs and coffee and cats and other stuff on my Twitter. Occasionally I remember to post art. Apparently I am a great provider of good husbandos. It seems to be a thing. Y'all voted on it. I don't know. And we're here every other Sunday doing this. And later tonight, and really like the same time every Sunday, you can also find me over on Anaris' channel playing in a Ryuutama campaign that is also wholesome but different from this. So if you are up for that, that's going to be going live in probably about an hour, I think. An hour or two, something like that. Look for the tweet. I will retweet it. But that, I think, is about it. Thank you so much, friends, for joining us. And we will see you again next time.